R.L. Stine doing Man-Thing is dream casting. You know, he has a patented brand of horror, and he's bringing that to one of our more beloved horror characters. I mean, it's a swamp monster. You can't get better than that.
Man-Thing was Ted Sallis, a brilliant scientist who was creating a serum for the army to make an impossible warrior. And then he decided it was too good a serum, and he didn't want the army to have it. The only way he could prevent the army from having it was to inject it into himself. Unfortunately, there was an accident. It got mixed with water, and horrible things happened, and he turned into this beast. Maybe Marvel's ugliest character.
So I think R.L. Stine and Man-Thing work really well. It's a great marriage because there's a certain amount of tragedy and a certain amount of horror to Man-Thing. Man-Thing can't touch people without having them burst into flame because you can't not be afraid around Man-Thing. He is the epitome of horror itself.
There are moments when he starts to become a monster and he loses his self-awareness. And we know that there's this ticking clock where he's going to turn back into a mindless monster.
What R.L. Stine is doing with artist Herman Peralta is a classic Marvel comic book story that also has the flavor of one of those old vintage horror stories from back in the day. You know, the kind of horror story that you saw on TV in black and white. It's feverish, creepy, but ultimately very fun.
It's a very basic horror character. This thing rising up from the muck. This hideous, terrifying thing.
It's creepy, it's gross, it's scary, but it's fun.